So guys, how was your 2018? Like, if your year was anything like mine, maybe you'll feel as you have been sucked through a wind tunnel and spat out on the other side, kind of like face first. So what is really important to understand, it's almost like it's over. And it was kind of like over before it even began. I will really remember it as being a year of change. It was a personal year number 1 for me, and it was universal year number 11. So 1, 1, 1 everywhere. In a year number 1, it's like shooting in all directions. It's kind of like throwing these mud balls against the wall and not really knowing if any of them will stick. So, you know, dealing with my father, dealing with certain issues that have been really pertinent was really not easy. And it is really, really important to understand that, we need to prepare for 2019 to give us the best possible chance of success, joy, and abundance. So here are my top 10 steps to help you to kickstart the new year with sort of like that really spring in your step and fresh new energy and vitality. Step number 1. It is the last day of the year. You gotta do it. Let in the light. So we need to give the old, stale energy in our homes the chance to escape. Open the doors and windows so negative energy can leave the building. Kind of like hoist your blinds up and allow as much daylight as you possibly can. That's the perfect cleansing ritual for each day, especially when the sun is shining. As tomorrow in Toronto is going to be rain, this still doesn't matter because the sun is still there. So just if you can, have one of those crystal balls that will disperse that light everywhere around. Smudge your rooms. So begin at the front of your home, light Native American white sage stick and softly blow on it until it smokes. So ensure that you smudge all corners, including your cupboards and walk-in wardrobes. So be very generous with the smoke, remembering that it can easily escape out in the open doors and windows. So it is basically taking the old and negative or simply suppressed energy with it. So say a mantra as you move around the house, set an intention to cleanse and clear, as this will heighten these rituals and effectiveness. My mantra is, it's going to be easy. It's as simple as that. Step number 3, bring in some greenery. Buy some flowers, but make sure they're in pot, because cut flowers, actually they feel in pain when you cut them. So just get yourself a real plant, because they're going to help you to clean the air in your home on a daily basis. There is like that exchange that I keep telling you, like there is like oxygen that they are giving it to us, and we are giving them carbon dioxide. So it is kind of like, hey, I love you and you love me back. So, I like to put them in a spacious corner of my home or somewhere where they can really be appreciated for everybody who comes and visit, because if people admire them, it's just like simply saying something love you. That famous rice experiment when, they put 3 kind of like boiled rice mason jars in the fridge. Someone basically said on top of it, I love you. Another one said, I hate you. And the third one said nothing. So 1 week down the line, or 2 weeks down the line, they look at them and the love you kind of like still was holding on. I don't know if I would really eat it, but it kind of looked okay. Hate you was showing some green stuff, the blue stuff, the color I'm talking about. So what happened to the third one? The one that didn't have anything on it, that has been neglected. Well, that one showed the most of the deterioration. So you can see how much the intention can really affect. Step 4, turn up the tunes. Sound frequencies will permeate every corner of your home. So crank up the volume on your wireless speakers or whatever you have and pump up some uplifting tunes. So the vibrations are going to start pulsating around and kind of like not only fill the air around, but also they're going to go through your cells. So, you know what they say, dance like nobody's watching. So, well, in my case, cat will be watching and it's going to be, oh my freaking God, just like, please put on some clothes. Step number 5. Did I say I'm going to give you 10 steps? Because I just skipped step number 5 and I have step number 6. Anyway, let's go with step number 5. Kind of like put some color. It's also positivity. Like, I mean, I kind of like to use different essential oils that kind of like makes me feel good. It's very personal, just like a perfume. So if you don't have essential oils, hey, do not freak out. You know what is really, really good? Lemon. Like anything that you have that actually has a scent in it, just kind of like use it, wrap it into something, and it's going to kind of like really bring that additional energy. Cleanse your crystals. If you guys love or cherish the energy what earth can give it to us, then, you know, nurture them. Place them in a bowl of purified water and place them in the sunlight or even the moonlight for a few hours. And reset the intention for each crystal, like I mean that you have to activate its power. Maybe you also want to place a piece of black tourmaline into the corners of each room to absorb the negative energies throughout 2019. Step number 7. Dust and declutter. Very, very, very important. Just take your vacuum, press the button on Roomba, polish things, just use a duster and a mop, and just like honor your home with Mr. Clean or whatever you're using, but a really, really good clean. So even if you didn't do it in 2018 to kind of get rid of the old, this always, always works. Yes, not being a neat freak, but if you become a neat freak, then it's actually really going to be beneficial. So just make sure you're going underneath the beds and sofas. That's where the fur balls are hiding, right? And also suck up all these dead flies from behind the blinds. Then clean, 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 clean again. So mopping the floors until they smell fresh as a daisy is also really, really good. And sometimes you can put a few drops of essential oils in it. So as you're doing it, that's how you're bringing all the kind of like vibration up. Just keep in mind that the less clutter in your rooms, the less clutter in your mind. So you need to rethink all this like porcelain figures from garage sales. You need to rethink anything that is smaller than a basketball ball. Like I have the opposite problem from people who are hoarders. I throw everything away. You just kind of like, okay, why do I have so much stuff? So this is really, really time to say goodbye to things that, yes, maybe you did spend money, but guess what? Maybe somebody else can use it. So just drop it off of your closest Salvation Army, Goodwill store, whatever you have in your area, and make your good deed for a day. And then, of course, how you're preparing yourself for the big midnight bathe. Bathe your body, and I like to bathe in color frequencies, right? Even though fresh water is very cleansing and it is very restorative on its own. So what I have is like one of those remote control things. You just like pop in your water. They're actually, you know, specially designed for water, Amazon something. If you're interested, just like send me an email. I'll let you know what it is. And it can just like be stuck on one color that you need to work on, one color that you may be attracted to, because your body tells you what you really need. Or you can just like simply circulate through all 7 chakras. And it's really when you put all this nice essential oil, and make sure you're not using peppermint or lemongrass. Actually, I think peppermint you can use, yes. Lemongrass, never, never, never. It's going to feel like it's burning your skin. So peppermint or lavender or vanilla, whatever you kind of like with the foam and with that kind of like colors, it would just refresh you entirely. But keep in mind that fresh water is cleansing and very, very restorative, right, as well. Also, you might want to use the crystals. So Epsom salts are actually basically really, really good as well to kind of like nurture that healing experience and make you really relaxed. So what I advise is like first taking a shower, cleanse your body, and then just like give yourself a deep bath where you're just like simply soaking until the water kind of like cools off, and then you just sit in there until everything kind of like leaves the bathtub, and that is kind of like saying goodbye to every single negative or dirty cell. And then let's not forget step 9, digital detox. So how about using that day to give yourself a break from technology, like in this kind of like festive kind of environment? And I know you cannot resist my videos because, hey, they're coming. But maybe switch off your devices and just, spend that evening, that special evening, and be present with friends and family. If you're spending this alone, how about calling somebody who is also maybe spending it alone? How about even just looking through your window and watch this like beautiful fireworks? So keep in mind that like I'm maybe just like spending the evening with a good movie and with friends or just kind of like talking to people, it can actually really, really change your attitude. Like we are getting a little bit kind of too attached to all these devices. And lastly, maybe you're going to make a decision that you want to host a positive party. So whether this is like on New Year's Eve or any other day in 2019 or ever. So this is also really good if you will be talking with somebody on the phone. Just say, listen, I have this like immense energy that I just changed in my home. So, how about we just are just positive? Everything is really, really positive. So avoid those people who are like the energy vampires. Just, include those people who are willing to be bubbly and smiley and who are really not going to go overboard. So you're not going to have to clean, you know, the stuff after them. So it's something that if you're doing it in person, then maybe tell people, hey, wear yellow, because yellow is the flavor of 2019, that like beautiful energy of the tree, which I'm going to have a separate video on. And what to do on January 1st. That is actually step 11. And there it is. We are back to this 11:11. So it is the best time to sit down with a paper and pen and write down what you really want to achieve over that next 12 months. You might also kind of like do a dream board. Like, who do you really want to be by the end of the year? How will your life have moved forward? And then ask yourself, will it be okay for you to still be in exactly the same situation as you are now by the turn of 2020? If your answer is no, then you may need to do a bit of personal development to allow in greater abundance, love, and prosperity. Well, I really hope this kind of like gave you a little bit of a boost and a bit of inspiration on how to welcome in basically this beautiful 2019 with a really fresh attitude, glowing energy, and hopefully expectancy for the best new beginning of your life. And you know what, guys? Happy New Year. This is going to be amazing one. This is my year number 11, and combined with the creativity of energy of the year number 3, well, fingers crossed, it's going to be amazing. And it's not only for me, but also for you. So see you soon. Watch for my monthlies. I love you.